Lesson 3, warm-up for changing voice. As boys become teenagers, their voices get lower. First, they become altos, losing the range of notes on the top half of the staff. Then their lower notes start to develop, notes well below the bottom line of the staff. It doesn't happen all at the same time for everyone or in exactly the same way. Some boys keep part of their alto range and grow up to be tenors. Tenors sing music written in treble clef, just like altos, but they sing the notes down the octave. Young men who sing the lowest notes with ease become baritones and basses. Baritones and basses, and sometimes even tenors, sing choral music written in bass clef. Now the notes in bass clef are placed lower on the staff than they are in treble clef. The simplest way to learn them is to memorize one. The first space is A, which is also the first letter of the alphabet. Once you know the first space is A in bass clef, you can just follow the alphabet up from space to line and identify all the other pitches. These Lesson 3 warm-ups will help you practice different aspects of music theory. They're written in both treble clef for low altos, where most of you will start, and in bass clef, where many of you will end up. Skip the ones that are too high or too low, but try them again later, because changing voices keep changing. Number 1 is in 4/4 meter, 4 quarter note beats per measure. It's written in bass clef, so even though the notes are high in the staff, they won't feel high in your voice. Everything written in bass clef feels a lot lower than it looks. Sing the names of the notes. Here's your pitch, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole, half, half, quart, 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 eighth, 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 half. Again, 1, 2, ready, and. Number 1B is in a higher key, even though the notes are now at the bottom of the staff. That's because here it's written for alto in treble clef. If the music is written for alto in treble clef, it will feel higher than it looks. Remember to stretch out the 2 dotted quarter notes in the 4th measure. Here's your pitch, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Whole, half, half, dot, eighth, 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 half. Again, 1, 2, ready, and. Number 2 is in 3/4 meter, 3 quarter note beats per measure. You start on A, the same pitch you ended on in the last exercise. Here's your A, and 1, 2, 3. Half, quart, 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 eighth, 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 half. Again, 1, 2, 3. Repeat in a lower key with a dotted quarter note in the 3rd measure. Look at the clef. Here's your pitch, and 1, 2, 3. Half, quart, dot, eighth, quart, eighth, 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 half. Again, 1, 2, 3. Number 3 is in 6/8 meter, 6 eighth note beats per measure. Open your mouth and throat as if to yawn and sing a light, airy tone on the first few notes. Here's your pitch, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Quart, eighth, quart, eighth, 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 dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3B is in a lower key, even though it looks so high in bass clef. Stretch out the dotted 8th note in the 3rd measure. Here's your pitch. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chord, eighth, dot, 6, eighth, dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 4 is a minor scale beginning on A. The first 4 notes are written in both treble and bass clef, but they're in unison, which means they're the same pitches, just written 2 different ways. The last 4 notes are in octaves, a full 8 steps apart. If your voice feels high, stay in the upper octave in treble clef. If your voice feels low, jump down the octave to E in bass clef. Here's your first note, A. And 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Again. 1, 2, ready, and. Number 5 is a major scale beginning on C. This time you can choose the upper or lower octave for the first 4 notes. If you start in treble clef, jump down the octave to bass clef at G. Here's the bass clef C, treble clef C. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. 1, 2, ready, and. Number 6, accidentals, those little symbols that raise or lower a pitch, moving from A to B and back to A. Look at the meter and the clef. Here's your A. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A sharp, B, B flat, A. Ready? And. Now sing accidentals beginning on middle C. This is the same C that's written above the staff and bass clef. So even though it looks lower, this version of the melody in treble clef is actually higher than the one you just sang. Here's middle C. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C, C sharp, D, D flat, C. Ready? And. Number 7, a descending chromatic scale starting on G in treble clef and ending on G in bass clef. Open your mouth and throat as if to yawn and use a light, airy tone. Here is your high G. Sing the numbers of the beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Again. 1, 2, ready, go. Next, a descending chromatic scale from F to F. Here's your F. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Again. 1, 2, ready, and. Number 8, intervals, unison through a perfect fifth. Look at the meter and the clef. Here's your pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, perfect fifth, perfect fourth, minor third, minor second, unison. Ready? And. find larger intervals, an octave to a perfect fifth. This is what it looks like when tenor notes are written in bass clef. Lots of ledger lines. Open your mouth and throat and think of a nice light ah to start. Here's your pitch. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Octave, major, seventh, minor, seventh, major, sixth, minor, sixth, perfect fifth, minor, sixth, perfect fifth. 1, 2, ready, and. Number 10, rapid 9-note scales in 3 different keys. Sing each scale 3 times, first on the vowel E, then on the vowels oo, o, ah, a, e, and then on the phrase you or I may sing. Begin in D major. You're reading it as a baritone would read it, in bass clef. Here's your D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, repeat an E major. You're reading it in treble clef as a tenor would read it and singing it down the octave. Here's your E. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once more, this time in F major. You're reading it in treble clef the way a low alto would. Here's your F.